A proposed curfew for minors in downtown Charleston. It would only be in the Central Business District following an uptick in crime highlighted in a Count on 2 investigation. News 2's Raymond Owens is joining us live on King Street. And Raymond, this ordinance has not yet been approved.
It hasn't been approved, Sophia, but it did pass unanimously out of the Public Safety Committee earlier this afternoon. And the ordinance itself basically says there's no real reason for people under the age of 17 to be in the business district after midnight, since most of those businesses that are still open aren't catering to them late at night. Now, the ordinance does specifically mention large groups of juveniles that took part in a late-night brawl recently that ended with gunshot and stab wounds as part of why it's being implemented. The ordinance would make several things illegal. Anyone under 17 would not be allowed to be in the Central Business District between midnight and 6 a.m. It would be illegal for parents or the person responsible for the child to allow them to violate the ordinance. Anyone with a vehicle would not be allowed to use their vehicle or allow their vehicle to be used by juveniles during that time in this area. And business owners or employees here would not be allowed to allow juveniles to remain on their premises. They would actually need to notify the police department that the child is not leaving in order to protect themselves from being in violation. Now, the Central Business District is basically all of the blocks of King Street from Line Street down to Broad, and then the portion of Meeting Street from Broad all the way over through the market area to Concord Street. Lieutenant McLaughlin with the Charleston Police Department told the committee this morning or this afternoon that the ordinance will help address what's become an ongoing problem.
Because right now, if you have people that are involved and they're going around and they're doing things you might not want them to be doing, we don't have anything to do with them if there's no offense. Whereas this will give us an option to get out with them and, encourage them to leave.
Now, there are a few exceptions for you. If the parent or person responsible for the juvenile is with them, they would not be subject to the ordinance. Also, if the juvenile is working in the area, returning home from work, or a school, religious, or civic activity, they would be exempt as long as they're just passing through the area as well. Now, County Council, the full council, needs to vote on this. That would happen on Tuesday. Live in downtown Charleston, I'm Raymond Owens. Count on 2.